We're back on the morning show with Keith Sanders, owner of Beavers Sports Shop, and he's got a special treat for me. Brought in the fat bike.
Yeah, I've got this bike here. I've thought, well, if we're going to bring one in, let's bring one we actually use. So I brought my personal bike in.
This is your personal gem here.
This is it. This is a bike by Cannondale. It's one of probably, I don't know, 50 or 100 in the country right now. They just started making fat bikes.
Just started coming out.
Oh, this is brand new.
This is almost prototype level here.
When they announced this in Europe last fall, I called the rep up and said I had to have this. So I wanted to make sure I got mine. But this is what we've been talking about. You got the big, huge tires here for riding on the snow.
Let's go big, huge. How wide? Now, a typical mountain bike's going to be what, 2.1 to 2.3
exactly.
inches?
This is almost 5 inches.
5 inches. Holy cow.
And with that, we set them at a real low tire pressure here. So you can see I can just take this and push that in. And when I'm on this will actually spread out to probably be 6 inches wide on the trail. So it doesn't sink in.
So you really want some squish, different than what you might have in the summer when hinge flats, stuff like that.
Exactly. So you're trying to get this so it really tracks, and then it doesn't dig into the snow. It just leaves a nice flat footprint out there.
So level with me. If it snows 3 inches, we're riding great. Is there a certain amount of snow that it's like, okay, we're in a little trouble now?
Yeah, if you're getting 5, 6 inches or more, you're better off. Hop on your skis, go out and have a good time.
It's a powder day.
It's a powder day. Go out and ski that. Then come back after it's been packed down a little, and it's kind of one of those things that all users work together. Skiers and snowshoers will go pack it down. Sometimes they chew up the trail a little with snowshoeing and that type of thing. Bike comes through, and it's almost like a groomer, flattens it out a little bit.
And you'll see those big wide tracks out there once in a while.
Oh, you will. And then when the snowmobile guys come through, it's like they're grooming it for the fat bikes. So that makes it just great to get out on that mountain.
Now we got to talk about something else that I haven't ridden before, but let's talk about that front fork. It looks like you're missing half of it. What's going on?
This fork's unique. It's a Cannondale proprietary fork, and it's absolutely amazing. And this is one of the few that are out there. This is what they call a lefty. It's only on the left side here. And so what that does, it has huge oversized tubes.
It's monstrous, yeah.
And on the bottom here, you see this guard? The actual tube, I'm going to turn this a little bit, but this tube slides from the bottom up into the main housing, where other forks do just the opposite.
Push it down in.
Push it down. This is the same thing motorcycles do. So that gives you a lot of stability, a lot of torsional rigidity, and allows you to really have a bike or a fork that can be very supple and smooth, while at the same time giving you top end performance. It's an amazing ride. It looks a little different, but at that point, it's an incredible product that's out there.
Is Cannondale, they pretty much exclusive to the lefty, or is there other brands that do that as well?
Cannondale is an exclusive product to Cannondale.
Yeah.
You'll find this on their upper end bikes, on a lot of
all bikes, all ends of the spectrum, not just fat bikes. Is that correct?
Yeah, they'll have it on their mountain bikes, some of their downhill bikes, that type of thing. And then when you get into some of their standard mid-price point bikes, then you'll have standard forks that are two-sided, that are from the standard companies, like Fox and RockShox, which is what makes 90% of the fork market out there.
On a lot of bikes out there. Yep. So you said if you stop in, you can rent a bike. What are some brands we're carrying? Did you carry this specific bike?
I don't carry this specific bike. There weren't enough of them in the country for us to get
100 out there, right?
Yeah, and I would love to have had them all because they sold out in a matter of days.
I believe it, yeah.
But we rent Trek, we rent Salsa for our fat bikes. Then in the summertime, we have a high-end demo fleet of Cannondale, Trek, and Salsa as well. We rent those and we sell them.
And so a lot of people probably wonder, does this thing feel like you're on a tank? When you're pedaling it, is it just a lot of weight and a lot of grinding, or is it smooth?
It's actually pretty smooth. When I got my first fat bike a few years ago, I thought this thing is going to be just a tank, as you said. But when I got on that bike, it actually rolled really well. And not only in the wintertime do you get great traction to these big wide tires, they're actually fun to get out in the summertime as well. I have other bikes, but I get out on this or other fat bikes occasionally. With these big wide tires, it's like having Velcro doing these climbs. You can climb up stuff really steep and roll over things that you probably can't get up on a narrower tire.
It's incredible. That's back to going home in Wisconsin. I'll ride fat bikes, and in the summertime we'll get on. That's all they ride. That's their year-round bike, because back there you don't have the epic climbs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's a blast, and I can't believe how much they absorb, and that squishiness in those tires really takes good care. But I can tell you what, Keith, we're going to need to talk a little more about summer mountain biking, because that's a huge deal up here.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we're going to take a quick break. Thanks again so much for bringing the Cannondale and sharing your personal baby here with us. And I'll be excited to get out there with you and see you pedal this thing around. So.
Yep, it'll be fun.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll talk a little bit about summer mountain biking with Keith Sanders, owner of Beavers Sports Shop right here in downtown Winter Park. And definitely stick around. We're going to have a guest from Rocky Mountain Repertory Theater in Grand Lake on the show a little later to share the excitement going on down their way. We'll be back.